Hello, current 7th grade students. Today we're going to start talking about registration for the 8th grade 25-26 school year. Let's first start with the required classes for 8th grade. You have some classes that are going to be for the full year that meet every day. That would include physical science, where you're going to be exploring the world through observing real-world phenomena, through basics of atoms to how energy is transferred into systems. You'll have English. You will also have global studies, where you will explore the different cultural regions of the world, and you will continue with your math track. You will have physical education for the equivalent of 1 semester. You'll notice you no longer will have 4 gateway classes, so that will open up some room in your schedule for more electives. Let's talk about what the 8th grade schedule could look like. Just like this year, you have the choice for an everyday schedule or an every other day schedule. In the everyday schedule, you'll continue with English, Global Studies, Math, and Science, meeting every day for the full year. Since you don't have gateway classes anymore, you then will have room for 5 elective classes plus PE. Each of those elective classes and PE would meet every day for 1 semester. With the every other day schedule, you again would have English, Global Studies, Math, and Science meeting every day for the full year. You still have 5 elective choices, but it looks a little different because 1 hour of your day will have 2 classes that meet every other day. In this option, you could have PE as a semester class, or it could be one of the classes that meets every other day. Let's talk a little bit more about those every other day elective classes. We have 2 classes that are only offered every other day. So if you want to take these classes, you will have to take the every other day schedule. Those classes are choir and band. 2 other classes that could be offered every other day are Phy-Ed and study hall. Those could also be taken every day if you wanted. With the every other day schedule, you will have to pick 2 of these 4 classes to choose to have every other day. It can be any combination. For example, you could have choir and band. If you did that, PE would have to be every day for 1 semester. Another option could be choir and PE, choir and study hall, band or PE. Those are just some examples. Here's a list of the 8th grade elective classes. You can see they're divided by different areas of interest. One thing I want you to note is that as a 7th grader, if you took any of these classes, you cannot register for them again as an 8th grader. It would be the exact same class. So you have to choose new classes for you. There are a couple exceptions to that, of course. You can continue to take a study hall, you can continue band and choir, and you can continue AVID. You could also move to the next level of Spanish. I want you to take note of some of those global electives. Some of those global electives are full year classes, which means they count as 2 elective choices for you. That would include Spanish, Spanish 2, and Spanish for Spanish speakers, as well as AVID. If you are currently in AVID and you're staying in AVID next year, you will be automatically enrolled in AVID. If you're new to AVID, meaning you applied, interviewed, and were accepted, we will automatically enroll you in AVID as well. But please note, those do count as 2 of your 5 elective options because it is a full year class. You can read more about all of these classes in your registration guide that I will tell you about a little bit later. In addition to picking your 5 elective choices, we are going to also ask that you pick 3 backup electives. So this means that if you are choosing a class, we want to know what are 3 other classes you would be okay with taking in case those top 5 classes did not work out in your schedule. For example, if one of your top classes was Teen Chef, you wouldn't want to put that as a backup elective because if it didn't work the first time, it's not going to work the second time. At this time, we're going to have you explore the registration guide a little bit further. You can find your registration guide on your iPad. It's on an app that looks like the middle of the screen here. The registration guide will give you this description of all your required classes as well as all of your elective options. So you can go ahead and flip through that and read, or you can use the Finder option and search for an elective class that you're interested in learning more about.